Alright, got out. It's only been a couple days since the Webster, so that's cool. I'm at the Dothan Walls, if you couldn't tell. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because this camera has a pretty narrow field of view, but I'm going to use it as much as possible because I realize I don't have any like full-on vlogs with this thing, so it's kind of fun. The other day I did see an Osmo Pocket for $100, a second generation, at the pawn shop. Thought about getting it, but I have to make good financial decisions rather than fun ones right now, so it's not that much of an issue not having it, but it is what it is. So it is a Saturday, so no one should be here, at least no one that'll kick me off. But it's always kind of one of those things, like, well, maybe there is, and if they ask me to leave, then I have to leave. But I didn't drive myself, so they're kind of SOL for now. I do have my tripod mount for this camera, as well as the tripod and the Sony, just in case. So I'll get warmed up, set up, and then I want to try and find like a line every single section. So if you look, each section is like that one where there's like another whatever, like just opening, and it's not that bad. Some of them do have like holes or concrete along the edge, and it's kind of a pain, but it should be all right. So yeah, gonna warm up, get the headphones in, chillax. It's actually so incredibly hot, like even just standing here I'm like dripping sweat, and unbeknownst to me, some of the walls actually have some of the bricks coming off, so I'm trying to work around that so I don't like get hurt by them slipping off, because they're heavy and they're not very stable. So both of those combined means like I'm gonna have a problem jumping onto them without them going. So I'm trying to think of different ways, but while I'm thinking, I'm like sitting in the sun just baking. I hope I don't have any sunburns. I think thinking close. But yeah, I think I might have to cut the wall session short and maybe just go over to the jump walls because it's under shade and think of stuff there. Because yeah, it's like way too hot to be in the sun right now. It's supposed to rain in like an hour or so, and I thought there would be clouds everywhere. Absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna head to the jumping walls, and maybe another day I'll bring sunscreen and I guess just stand right out in the open and just try and figure out a couple lines. I wanted to do a Webster up one of the walls, but I'm still not comfortable enough with that yet. So I'm just gonna move over. It's not that far, but I got one line. Days like this in like the southern humid hemisphere over here make me kind of regret ever complaining about Colorado heat. I mean, Colorado heat is pretty big and it's pretty hot, but I don't think I've ever sweat like this much just standing around, and it like takes a toll on you. I was gonna bring water, but I only had this in my bag, so I'm also kind of roughing it in that sense too. But yeah, it just reminds me of like summer days, and I remember complaining about how hot it was there but I was able to still wear like long sleeve flannel kind of shirts and stuff like that. But I'll put in a couple clips, but I'm surprised that I was able to get away with the stuff that I was and like still be able to train, because it's a completely different feeling, like a humid heat, because you can't escape it. The thing about Colorado heat is you could escape it by just standing like in the shade. See, I'm in the shade. Feels exactly the same, which is kind of funny. But I have to get used to it, at least for now, especially because it's summer. So I really have to just like accept it for what it is and deal with it. It's all in all not too bad. It's just, I should have brought a hat so I could catch some sweat that's going into my eyes, and then I should have brought water, nice cold water. But it's not too bad. It's just a completely different feeling. But here we are over at the Jumping Wolves. Thank you for listening to my rant. It kind of gives me something to do while I'm walking around. Oh, I'm gonna take a break though. I'm gonna take a break and breathe. But, whew. I see the clouds, by the way. You can't really see them that well, but they are definitely on the way. They're just, there you go. I fixed that. They're over there. I never understood. If I cut anywhere, I just never understood this mode. Yeah, let me give my gimbal complete follow access. I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever. Yeah, it's, you can kind of see it maybe, but yeah, they're coming. It just randomly cut off for some reason. That was strange. That was very odd. I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that. All my black stuff looks kind of blue, but I wanted to use my favorite Sony camera, and it's really funny that it's my favorite, but it's one of the oldest ones that you could buy that's actually still relevant in any context. This one is the Sony Nex5N, and I genuinely think that it is probably the best starter camera that anyone can buy at any point in time. And, you know, you see a bunch of videos that are like, oh yeah, Sony ZV-1, the best Sony camera, and the A5100, and you rarely see, there's some out there, where they talk about the Sony Nex5N. I think this one's the 5R. Let me check if it shows me anywhere. But it doesn't matter. 5N, 5R, 5T, I believe. Those are all gonna do 1080-60. This one just so happens to have a flip up screen. Let's see, there you are. Just like the Sony 5100 and 5000, I think, that everyone like talks about all the time. But since it has a flip up screen and it has the Sony E-mount, it's really nice, and it has really fast autofocus, at least consistent autofocus. It doesn't have to be like zooming super fast, but see, like, it's gonna catch me at some point. Maybe I'm too close. Yeah, I'm too close for the lens. That's my fault. And then super far back. Not bad, right? There's something wrong with this camera. It's either the SD card or the battery. I'm not sure which one. I think it's the SD card. I think I just have to take it out and reinsert it, because it'll like, I think there's too much data going into it, whatever. But there's something wrong with this camera where the setting dial doesn't work, and that setting is specifically for aperture, and I want that as wide open as possible at all points in time, because I don't care about shutter speed. Do not care about it. I mean, it's 1/60th right now, but that's because it's dark, just by being in a really bright room. Doesn't matter. But I don't know how to change it. It doesn't let me. And I want the aperture wide open, but it doesn't work all the time. You have to like kind of like hope. And I got it there, so I just taped it up. It's done. Never touching it again. There's also an SD card error, but the sensor is the thing that I like the most. Let's see. Too close? There you go. See? That's pretty good. I don't know. The audio is pretty alright. I mean, it doesn't have a microphone or anything like that. so it's not like special. But if I were to only have one camera, I think it might be this one. I shot most of my favorite and biggest parkour videos on this thing, and I edited the hell out of it, but the colors are the thing that I liked about it. I feel like kind of green right now, but maybe not. I don't know. The skin tones and everything, I don't know. I just like it. It's pretty good. I'm gonna see what's up with the SD card. Alright, so pretty funny thing, and you probably won't be able to notice right away, but I'm still using the Sony camera, but I have just put my Canon fisheye on there. So now you get the full length of everything I'm doing. I'm gonna turn on autofocus. I don't think it's gonna work very, very well. It just tweaks out. I'm using some like adapter that I found on eBay. It's not, wow, the camera is wobbling. My tripod's wobbling itself, but it's Memorial Day, so the whole family's inside doing their thing, and I am out here going to try to do a couple flips. I woke up with a pretty nasty headache, so I don't know how well this is gonna go, but I'm going to do my best. Sorry, you're really upset and personal. So I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna go. I'm gonna do my absolute best though. Excuse me, B. But yeah, it's really hot, as you can tell from the sun. There's no clouds. It's supposed to be thunderstorming this entire week. It's not. So that's kind of fun. I'm really putting trust that I'm in focus. I don't think I actually am. Like, let me see here real quick, sorry. Yeah, I don't think I was in focus that whole time. About right there, I'm in focus-ish, maybe. So the problem with this, even though it's kind of fun, is yeah, I have to manual focus. There's no possible way that I could do it without. But it's really hot and humid, and I had a headache. So let's get this day started. Let's do a bunch of flips and have fun. Yeah, it's so weird. All right, it's like that perfect weather, so this should be all right. Oh, why am I zoomed in? All right, I'm gonna cut it there for several reasons. One, I'm getting swarmed by gnats. Two, the weather looks like it's taken a massive turn, which is cool, I'm glad. And then three, I'm just kind of tired. Came out with a headache, didn't really stretch that much. Still happened to do 3 Websters, 2 of which were all right, 1 of which was a little iffy, but that's usually the first flip of the day. Is usually iffy anyway. But knowing that I can actually flip again without like, sorry, there's gnats. You can't see them, but they're everywhere. But knowing I could flip again and make minor mistakes like hitting my heel on the floor, and it's not gonna take me out for the like a 2-week basis, it makes me more excited about coming out here and like doing stuff. So it's gonna become a more regular thing, that ramp. I'm really just gonna drill the basics over and over and over and over and over again until they become so basic that I could do them without even thinking, like I used to be able to do. So, I mean, I'm getting to that point. I still had to hype myself up, but they didn't take as long, and it wasn't that like mental barrier. I do have weight to lose, so this will be a good way to do both of those things: gain weight or gain strength, lose weight. So, but I'm gonna go in and take a shower. I am filthy. So let's get out of here.